Why is concrete the better choice? Concrete is one of the most common building materials found today in modern society. But what is it about concrete that makes it such a sought-after building material? Well, for starters, concrete is more durable than all the other materials, so it lasts longer. In fact, concrete's been around for a very long time. Now, it was the Romans that invented concrete. And they were using it 500 years before the time of Christ. Now, the cool thing is a lot of these structures that they built so many years ago are still standing today. Now, the fundamental chemistry of early concrete is much the same as it is today. It's cement, which is what causes it to harden with water mixed with an aggregate. However, concrete technology has advanced a lot, and concrete is used in everything these days. High-rise buildings are possible because of concrete. City skylines, nuclear power plants, garages, high-tech roads, driveways. They even make boats out of concrete. But what is it besides the durability that makes concrete such a widely used material? Well, there's three fundamental things that concrete does not do. Concrete does not rust, concrete does not rot, and concrete does not burn. This assures you that practically anything you build out of concrete is going to last. In fact, you can rest assured that anything you build with concrete today will most likely still be around long after you're dead. But the big question is, will concrete stand up to the freezing Michigan winters? Well, we know pavers won't make it through the winters unscathed. The freeze-thaw cycle causes the ground to heave up and down. And this will create uneven settlement with the pavers after every winter. The more winters the pavers go through, the worse they're going to look. And we live in Michigan, so we all know what happens to asphalt after winter. Not a pretty sight, not fun to drive around. But not concrete. If concrete is installed properly, they'll have steel reinforcing rods placed right in the middle of it. This reinforcement gives it the strength to withstand the constant heaving of the ground during the freeze-thaw cycle. Concrete will also have planned joints cut into it, allowing it to expand and contract along with the ground, ensuring that you have a crack-free surface for the entire life of your concrete driveway, patio, or walkway. Well, concrete is also less maintenance than all other materials. For dealing with pavers and stones, there's a whole host of problems that come along with it, because each individual paver is held to the other paver with a mortar joint. Now, these are very susceptible to deterioration, and as soon as that happens, weeds are going to pop up through the cracks, and they're going to grow through the cracks all summer long, year after year after year. Along with the weeds are ant hills. Now, they're going to start in your driveway or your patio, but eventually they're going to move into your home because it's a much better place to live. You also have to deal with broken pavers. Now, if you want to prevent the weeds and the ants, you can constantly brush sand into the joints, which is constant upkeep, but it'll keep the weeds and the ants to a minimum. Now, asphalt's a little less maintenance than the pavers and stones. However, it doesn't look as pretty, but you're still going to have to seal coat it every year. Now, concrete, it's not only more durable than both these building materials, it also requires the least maintenance. A paved concrete surface such as a driveway, patio, or floor will only need to be resealed every 2 to 3 years. But here's the best part. Concrete is also a green choice. But first, let me give you some disturbing statistics about homeownership and its impact on the environment. Now, of all the impact that buildings have on our environment, homes represent 55 to 60% of that. Now, a typical wood-framed home, which is probably what you're living in right now, will use over 40 trees to build. And now with about 1.4 million new homes being built every year, that's a lot of trees and that's a big impact. And that's only building your home. Over the lifespan, Only about 2% of the total energy expenditure is in the building materials. The other 98% is going to heating, cooling, and powering your home. Another important thing is how you got to your home. If you're driving on roads or a driveway that's made of asphalt, it's bad news because the binders and the sealers used in asphalt pavement are responsible for 95% of the hydrocarbon runoff in urban areas. But now, what makes concrete so great? Well, concrete is environmentally friendly in all stages in production. From manufacturing to building to the demolition, it can be entirely reused. The main ingredient of concrete is cement. Now, cement is made out of limestone. The great thing about that, the limestone just happens to be the most abundant mineral on the planet. And now we're back to the durability. But with this, concrete is so durable that it usually triple the lifespan of other common materials. And when I say triple, that's kind of a low figure because usually it lasts a lot longer than that. This is Bodiam Castle. It was built in 1385. This beautiful Georgian home was built in the early 1700s. It still has residents today. This is the Washington Star building, which housed the famous newspaper from 1852 all the way to 1981, and it's still a historical building that's in use today. But the best part is concrete has minimal waste. It can be produced in the exact quantities that are needed for each product with very little byproduct. But even better than that is it's 100% recyclable when it's done. Once the structure has served its purpose, it can be torn down. The steel rebar can be melted down and probably used to make cars or anything made out of steel. The concrete can be crushed down and used as aggregate in new concrete, or it can be used as a fill material. The thing is very clear that concrete is the better choice for all your concrete needs. All you have to do now is fill out the form to your left, and we'll contact you shortly and discuss your project with you.